Welcome back. We have finally installed the OpenWebUI libraries. Now we can start our OpenWebUI server. Let me just see the instructions. What was it? Okay, so we have installed the pip install, and now we can do serve to start the server. So let's see where we are. VM serve. Okay, generating a new secret. We have to check what it did on that secret key. Okay, starting. Course allow origin. Okay, we have to fix that later. For security, OpenWebUI. Okay. Now, is it ready? Let's see. So, updating with Python. Next step, after you install, visit this. Maybe I have a server. Yeah, I have a server of a client running on that. Let's stop that server. Yes. Okay. You ready? No. This was supposed to be running. Let's see. Oh, still building stuff. What is this? Building the best AI user interface. Okay. Okay, since he's still thinking about it, so let's just stop the video, and when you finish building, we try to see what is in localhost. Alright, so the issue was that I was in another port, needed to be localhost 8080. So seems that is running now, so let's run it. Create admin account. So the seems is integrated with some authentication, so we might need to change some things on how it's running. Just seems that it's running the default OpenWebUI experience, and the good thing is that we have the hello world running. So now let's start modifying it. Let's get back to our code. We still need to connect it to the language model. So like, let's connect it with OpenAI in a moment. But that was the OpenWebUI. Even, yeah, we could connect, we could give it some keys for OpenWebUI. But now let's do a hello world of LangChain. Let's see a hello world of LangChain. And I also want to do a hello world of OpenWebUI with LangChain. So let's get back to that and maybe modify this hello world now that it's running, so it runs without logging in. So let's see. So okay, so let's say that localhost 8080. If you see what happens here in the URL, is localhost 8080, but when we enter on it, it recognizes that it's not logged in and is sending us automatically to auth redirect. So it's doing an auth redirect. So let's start modifying that. So let's go again, continue with our conversation. I can see now the localhost for OpenWebUI, but is redirecting me to us. How to modify so it just shows the chat screen. No auth needed. Disable authentication, environment variable, command line flag, environment permanently, no. Okay, let's do the environment variable. So stop the current server. So we stop the server for OpenWebUI. Now,
So you're doing all this from the command line. Do you use Docker, the application at all for OpenWebUI?
no, we have not used Docker at all for nothing. This is just Python. We need to understand
Okay.
what Docker is. Docker is just a packager for operating system images.
Okay.
So
Because I've
first,
done it now a different way. I have OpenWebUI like running from Docker.
yeah, because
So uh,
they package a whole virtual machine with them, with the requirements that you have. So the requirements for the Python version, for all the libraries, for everything. Here, because we are building it from scratch, maybe we don't need Docker at the moment. We can use Docker later when we package this, and not even then, because we could have just a virtual machine that installs everything from scratch the way we want it.
s- so you don't
So,
need Docker potentially at all.
yes, of course, to save time and to for complex operating system images, but when you are building a bicycle, you need to have all the things that a motorcycle has or a car has. We're just building something simple, and we don't have too many dependencies, or we have some, but we later package it. We can later package it on our own Docker, but for the moment, it's okay. Okay, so let's continue. Now, this way to do it was environment variable recommended. So that means that we have a .env, .dmv in this thing. I don't know if we have it. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. .dmv, .env, but that is a .environment file for another thing, and I'll have to smoosh this key. This key is not showing totally, but I'll have to smoosh it. Let's see if we can put an open web UI configuration in this .env. So, what was it? Oh no, it was in Cloud. Cloud was telling us web UI false, open web UI serve. So it stopped. That's the key. Save. And now we serve again. Okay, it's running. Now let's see this local host again. What is telling us to get started? It's doing auth again. Let's see where it wants that auth file. Why this .dmv didn't work? Let's see. So I went with method 1, but my .dmv is not having effect. Are we in the same place? Let's see. So la.dmv, there it is, vat.dmv. Yes. So let's see why. We can even put the we could put it in the shell. Okay. So locate the env. We located it. Check if OpenWebUI actually reads env files. Use the array environment variable instead. Or add in your shell. Okay, let's try that one. So yeah, so we exported this variable to our bash rc. Oh, but I don't have a bash rc. I have a seddhrc. And now we source it. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, let's go. Yeah, all right, so let's have some nodes on our project. We have nodes, so let's create one readme.md. So note that the variable for us is changed. Use secure method for avoid abuse on prod. Okay, now we did a little note, just that we have this thing just chatting directly. Hi, how are you? What is model not selected? Of course. No results. Of course, we don't have any model yet. But basically, okay, we have our hello world for OpenWebUI working. Now we're gonna do a hello world for LangChain, and as mentioned, will be good to do a test with LangChain and OpenWebUI, so we can continue with the actual documents uploading. But I'm thinking that uploading needs to be from an admin point of view, so we need to learn how to get to the admin. It seems this is an admin, maybe. Yeah, look. So admin controls. Yeah, we need to see where is the upload of files. Sign out. No, it doesn't seem like this guy can upload files. But let's see how to upload files. And that will be the step for starting our ingestion, our input. So when we can upload those files or mention them, we can ingest it and vectorize it. So let's continue now with our LangChain hello world, and then we can connect it with OpenWebUI. So see you guys in the next episode. In this lesson, we took another step in building your AI skills. If you want to go further, join my free Skool community. I will help you build your own AI agent step by step. And if you are serious about monetizing, check out my masterclass where we create a complete virtual assistant that answers and makes calls, takes bookings, and sends SMS confirmations, ready to sell as a service. Join the community, and I will see you on the inside.